Hello friends, my name is Sunil Ranjan and I am an English teacher. Now I have come with a poem, The Cold Within, with its explanation. Well, the poem Cold Within is written by James Patrick Kinney. Now, here the poem begins. 6 humans trapped by happenstance in bleak and bitter cold. Each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the story is told. Their dying fire in need of logs, the first man held his back, for of the faces round the fire. So now the explanation is, the wonderful poem, The Cold Within, strongly presents the prejudices one holds against one's own fellow beings. Due to class and color discrimination, mankind stands divided across the globe. Despite all tall talk and claims of being civilized, men across the world have continued to stand divided. And this happens to be the theme of this poem by the American poet James Patrick Kinney. Well, it so happened that once 6 men were caught in extreme cold weather on a dark night. As the story goes, each had a stick of wood. There was fire before them, whose flames were getting low, and it needed logs to keep burning. But all continued sitting around the fire, watching it getting lower, and did nothing. He noticed one was black. The next man, looking across the way, saw one not of his church and couldn't bring himself to give the fire his stick of birch. Well, the first person was a white male. He looked at the man sitting next to him, who was a black and naturally did not belong to his race. As he had been brought up having prejudice against another human being of different color, he could not give his birch tree wooden stick for the fire to burn further. The third one sat in tattered clothes. He gave his coat a hitch. Why should his log be put to use to warm the idle rich? The third person sitting there was in badly torn clothes. As he was poor, he felt jealous of the rich man sitting there. He thought, why should he let his log put to use to warm such idle men? Here we notice the class consciousness among humans. Now we go further. The rich man just sat back and thought of the wealth he had in store and how to keep what he had earned from the lazy, shiftless poor. Now the fourth was a rich man who sat back and began to think of the wealth he had earned and how to keep it safe from the lazy and aimless poor people. Now we come to the poem again. The black man's face bespoke revenge as the fire passed from his sight. For all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spite the white. Now, the fifth man was a black. His face looked revengeful against color discrimination by the whites. As he looked at the fire getting low, in his not giving the stick, he felt it was a chance for him to hurt the white. So he was in no mood to give his stick to fuel the fire further to keep all of them warm. The last man of this fallen group did not accept for gain. Giving only to those who gave was how he played the game. Well, the sixth was the last man of the sad, lonely group who had the mindset to gain from others only. He gave only when others gave. As no one gave their stick, he refused to give his wooden stick. Their locks held tight in death's still hands was proof of human sin. They didn't die from the cold without, they died from the cold within. Well, the explanation goes, finally they all died with the sticks in their hands held tight. The poet says that it was sin to discriminate against class, color, hatred, and one's greed. They all did not die because of the cold outside, but because of their prejudices against one another. The problem was not outside, but inside them. Because of their irrational beliefs, they all refused to treat one another as humans. What they all did was a sin against human values and humanity. So here I come to the end of the explanation, and I hope you have understood the poem, and I'll be happy if you subscribe to my channel because I have lots of wonderful videos for you in store. Thank you.